As educators, we all want the same thing, for learning to stick. There's nothing better than seeing a pupil confidently recall something that you've taught them, apply it independently and feel proud of themselves for getting it right. After all, that's what our job is all about, learning. Hiya everyone, I'm Zoe from My Progression, and in today's video we're looking at how children learn, why they forget and what you can do as an educator to support memory and help learning stick for the long term. Whether you're brand new to education or you've been in the classroom for years, these strategies are simple, effective and can be used with pupils of all ages and abilities. So why do children forget? Before we look at how to make learning stick, it's important to understand why pupils forget information. Children can forget because they haven't had enough opportunities to retrieve the learning wasn't connected to anything meaningful, they were distracted or dysregulated at the time, there was too much information presented at once, or they simply need more repetition than we first assume. Something important to remember as an educator is that forgetting is normal. It's how the brain works. The forgetting curve shows that children forget new information rapidly, losing up to 50% by the end of the day and up to 90% within a week if it's not reinforced. Our job is to give children the tools and opportunities to revisit, retrieve and apply their learning over time. Before we get started, a quick psychology lesson for you. Memory works in 3 stages. First, information enters the working memory, where we briefly hold and process it. If we pay attention and rehearse it, it moves into the short-term memory, which can hold information for a few seconds but is easily lost. With deeper processing, like making connections, repeating it over time or linking it to meaning, it becomes part of long-term memory, where it can last for years. Long-term memory includes our personal experiences, facts we know and the skills we perform automatically. So our job is to ensure that we use strategies to help learning stick and transfer information into the long-term memory for our pupils. If you're enjoying this video so far and want to see more from My Progression, check out our wide range of videos on our channel. One I definitely recommend watching after this one is How to Improve Memory, the Forgetting Curve. And whilst you're here, hit like, subscribe and click on the bell so you never miss a My Progression update. Strategies that help learning stick. Here are 6 powerful strategies that make learning stick and help children embed information and strengthen their long-term memory. Number 1, retrieval practice. Retrieval practice is the process of helping pupils bring information out of their memory instead of giving them more input. When a child tries to recall something without looking at their notes or the board, they strengthen the neural pathway connected to that memory, which is a bit like exercising it. So why does this work? Well, every time pupils retrieve information, it becomes easier to recall next time. This strengthens long-term memory. How can you use retrieval practice in the classroom? Well, you can use quick quizzes or mini whiteboard questions. Ask the children, what do you remember from yesterday at the start of a lesson? Ask pupils to explain a concept to a partner. Use flashcards for vocabulary or maths facts. And use think, pair, share tasks. Retrieval should always be low stakes. It's not a test, it's a chance to strengthen memory. For more information on retrieval skills, check out our video, Retrieval Skills in School. What are they and why are they useful? Linked in the description. Strategy number 2, spaced repetition. Spaced repetition means revisiting learning little and often, rather than teaching something once and moving on. So why does this work? Well, the brain forgets over time. So returning to a concept after a gap forces pupils to recall it again, which strengthens the memory even further. So how does this look in practice? Well, this could look like revisiting maths methods over several weeks, scheduling quick flashback questions at the start of lessons, returning to tricky vocabulary or concepts after a few days, or using review sessions across the term. Even 2 or 3 minutes of spaced practice can make a huge difference in memory. So why does this work? The brain processes information in 2 ways, verbal and visual. Presenting information in both forms creates a stronger memory trace and makes it easier to retrieve later. You could use dual coding in the classroom by drawing diagrams to explain scientific processes, using timelines in history, sketching simple pictures to represent vocabulary, colour coding math steps, and using flowcharts for sequences. Visuals don't need to be fancy, even simple stick figures will work for this.
My Progression is now part of the Teacheractive app. All our CPD content is right where you need it, from bite-sized training videos to full certificates, including an up-to-date safeguarding series. Stay ahead with the Teacheractive app. The link is in the description.
Strategy number 4 is chunking. Chunking means breaking information into smaller, manageable parts instead of overloading pupils with too much at once. So why does it work? Well, research shows that children can only hold about 3 to 5 pieces of information in their working memory. Therefore, the capacity is limited. Chunking reduces cognitive load so pupils can process, store and recall information more effectively. Chunking is essential for pupils with SEND or working memory difficulties. And remember, something that benefits a child with SEND will benefit every child. In the classroom, chunking could look like giving one instruction at a time, presenting learning in short steps, using checklists for longer processes, breaking writing tasks into planning, drafting and editing, or modelling in small sections before asking pupils to try. Strategy number 5, making learning meaningful. Learning sticks when pupils can connect new information to something they already know or understand. So why does this work? Well, memories form more easily when linked to existing knowledge. It's like adding a branch to a tree rather than trying to plant a new seed. Meaningful learning is memorable learning, and let's face it, all learning should be meaningful. So how can you make learning meaningful? Well, use real-life examples. Connect concepts to pupils' interests. Link new vocabulary to familiar words or stories. Use practical hands-on experiences and encourage pupils to explain things in their own words. Strategy number 6 is teaching someone else. This is known as the protégé effect. Pupils learn more deeply when they have to teach others something or explain learning to someone else. So why does this work? Well, explaining requires pupils to organise their thoughts, retrieve information and translate it into their own words, which is a powerful booster for memory. If a child can teach it to someone else, they truly understand it. You can use this strategy through teach your partner how to solve this maths problem. You can also use peer tutoring, asking pupils to summarise the story, group explanations, pupil-created posters or videos. If you're on supply, you can also make a difference in making learning stick. Ask the children what they did last lesson to help them recall previously learnt knowledge, and leave notes to share with the class teacher on pupil understanding in the class and specific parts of the lesson that they'll need to revisit. Helping learning stick doesn't require complicated methods. It's about using simple, consistent strategies that help pupils retrieve, revisit and connect learning over time. By using retrieval practice, space recognition, dual coding, chunking, meaningful learning experiences and peer teaching, you're helping children store knowledge securely and use it with confidence. Then, this is going to help them in their memory. If you found this video helpful and want more tips like these, don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the bell so you never miss an update from My Progression. I've been Zoe from My Progression. Let's keep your career in motion.